Good afternoon, Applied Level 3 General, and welcome to week 13. Going to look at the outline for today's presentation. So we'll be starting, we'll be starting the week, probably continuing our summative speaking. Some of you have already started or done the part B, the speaking, and some of you will be finishing it this week. Also this week, we'll be doing Event 2 summative reading and probably be doing some preparation for this event as well this week. In a moment, we'll be looking at the reading evidence requirements. After that, we'll be looking at some grammar from our textbook English file. The grammar is reported speech, and there is a video link that we suggest you look at to revise reported speech. Reported speech, remember, is also known as direct or indirect speech. Okay, let's look at the evidence requirements for Event 2 reading. It always starts more or less the same way. I'm showing that you understand the overall purpose of the text. Now remember, the answers for this are usually multiple choice form. So read those choices very carefully and try to work out which one best describes the overall purpose of the text that we are reading. The second evidence requirement is that you are able to identify main ideas and supporting details. Now, this too, you are probably familiar with the way this task is presented. You are usually given a main idea, and then you are asked to identify some supporting details related to that main idea. And sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you are given the supporting details and you have to provide the main idea. But your teacher will make sure you understand what you need to do on the day of the assessment. And probably you are doing some practice tasks related to this already. So you should be familiar with what to do. 1.3, key information leading to a deeper understanding is identified. Well, in this task, you are often given a statement and you are asked to show that you understand what the statement means. And in our assessment this time, you will be given a choice of answers, multiple choice. You read them very carefully and try to understand which of the choices best matches the use of the words in the statement that you are given. Now remember, you do have a dictionary, an online dictionary. There are 2 online dictionaries that you can use to help you. Part 4, language features aiding comprehension are identified. Now this one is usually related to interpreting the use of pronouns or relative pronouns. You will have covered this in class, and this task just allows us to see that you understand how these relative pronouns or these pronouns are used. Then the final task is based on vocabulary, and you are often given a list of words, and you are asked to be able to place them correctly in the sentences provided. So again, you do have access to a dictionary to help you with this exercise. Well, then we move on to, the reported speech. That is from our textbook, and I'll show you what we will be looking at. The reported speech, yes, it's from, I think it's page 158. What happened here? So here are the rules, some examples of reported speech. Here's a direct statement. Here, revision to revise what reported speech is. So we have a direct statement, I have a good memory. The reported statement, imagine it's a woman who said that. She said that she had a good memory. Now, that here is optional. You don't need to use it. That's why it's in brackets. So I'm not leaving. Well, here we don't know if it was a man or a woman, but we suppose it was a man. He told me that he wasn't leaving. So look at the way these verbs, the tenses are used. I have a good memory. Here it's in the present. But when we put it into reported speech, it goes into the simple past. Simple present becomes simple past. Here, I'm not leaving, present simple, or a present continuous, present continuous or present progressive. I'm not leaving. He told me that he wasn't leaving. Becomes past progressive or past continuous. We'll never forget you. We'll never forget you. Future simple, all right? They said they'd never forget me. Now remember, this one is would. They would never forget me. Now this, you've learned this in the past, I think. Will becomes would, all right? I can't remember. He said he couldn't remember. So can't, the past of can't is couldn't. We might be a bit late. We might or we may be a bit late. They told us they might be a bit late. Now remember, might is the past of might as well in this sense. But we often use might as the past of may. Both of them have the same form. Right? I must go. Now remember, must does not have a past tense, or it changes form. She said she had to go. So what I recommend, as usual, go over these, read them carefully, study them. This is revision for a lot of you. So just try to see if you still remember. Now, another very important thing is sometimes other words change, not only the tenses, but words change. I love your bag, all right? Your bag. This is someone who is speaking to you. I love your bag. She said that she loved my bag. I think you told me. He said he thought we told him. So you have to be very careful how you use the pronouns. Be aware of the pronouns changing. Now look at these ones. I'm leaving now. I'm leaving now. He said he was leaving then. All right, so now becomes then. See you tomorrow. He said he'd see me the next day. All right, the see you tomorrow is a little bit, I will see you tomorrow. All right, he said that he would see me the next day. I did it yesterday. She told me that she had done it the day before. All right, yesterday becomes the day before, and the simple past becomes past perfect. Right, so this is revision. Your teacher may need to give you a table of the way the tenses change from direct speech to indirect speech. I went skiing last week. He said he had been skiing the week before. So last week becomes the week before. We don't like it here. She told us they didn't like it there. Remember, here is usually used for something that is closer to you physically or in time. She told us that she didn't like it there. Here, there, physically it's further away, but also in time, in the past, it's further away. This is your station. She said that was our station. It's the same. This is often used for something that is physically close to you. That is used when it's further away, but it can also be used that way for time. So read what they say here. Here they revise reported questions. Again, your teacher will probably go over that with you. And also when we're reporting imperatives, that an imperative is in order. Don't forget, right? He told me not to forget. wait in the car. All right, it's a command, an order, wait in the car. She told me to wait in the car. So look what happens. Negative one, don't forget, we say he told me, then we put not. And then this verb here, we put a to in front. That's the infinitive form. He told me not to forget. Look at this one, wait in the car. She told me, so we put, there's no negative there. So we just put to wait in the car. Here there was a negative, here there's no negative. But if she said don't wait in the car, she told me not to wait in the car. Now look what happens when you ask a question. Could you close the window? Or it's a request. It's not a real question, it's a request. She asked me to close the window. Can you wait here, please? He asked us to wait here, or to wait there. Either here becomes there. Now here, they also explain the difference between tell, and we use tell plus an object pronoun, okay? Here, he told me. That's the object pronoun. That's the subject, here's the verb, here's the object pronoun, okay? So we use tell plus object pronoun plus infinitive to report imperatives and instructions. So these are the imperatives or the instructions. The verb tell can mean give information or give an instruction. Compare these two. He told me his name was Rob, right? It's giving information. He told me to close the door. Okay, that's an instruction or a command, an order. We can also use ask plus an object pronoun plus an infinitive to report requests. So have a look here. Could you close the window? She asked me to close the window. The verb ask can mean, we must use an object pronoun me or us after ask. The verb ask can mean ask a question or make a request. Compare. He asked me what I was doing. That's a question. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's a question. He asked me what I was doing. He asked me to close the door. Close the door, please. Close the door. I'm very cold. So that's a request. So go over these again and then complete the sentences using reported speech. All right, so for example, I don't know your email. He said he didn't know my email. All right, so look, I don't know. It's negative simple present. Here it becomes in the past in reported speech. He said he didn't. Remember that simple present becomes simple past. He didn't know my email. I can't remember which exit it is. She said she. What's the past of can't? Could. What's the past of can't? It's negative, so it's couldn't. She said she couldn't remember which exit it. This too must change. Which exit it was. Okay, you try those, and your teacher will give you the answers for that. All right, well, I think that brings me to the end. There is also a video that you can watch here on direct speech and indirect speech. It's good fun, and it's revision. It's only it's nearly 6 minutes long, but it's good revision for you. I recommend you have a look at it. Okay, well, that brings me to the end of the presentation. I hope your speaking assessments and your reading assessments go well, and I wish you good luck. All right, well, that's all from me, and I'll see you next time.